2018. Let's get ready. Let's get 2018 ready. I'm in my mama's house. Don't be distracted by the picture. It is cute, but I'm cuter. Right here. I'm in Virginia right now, which is where my family lives, and I get really sentimental and reflective when I'm down here because it helps me reset. 2017 has been a crazy year for me. It's probably the first year where I feel like things are happening. I'm an actor and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the first few years in the city, especially in New York, you feel like you're pounding the pavement and nothing is happening. Finally in the place where I feel like that's not the case anymore. I can see my hard work coming to pass. I watch a lot of Gary Vee. He's like the shit. And he talks about working your first few years as a 20-year-old and not expecting any results and knowing that you probably won't see any results until you turn 28, 29. And I think that's so true. I think it's so true to front load your life by working really, really hard. So this is probably the first year where things are looking good. I can pay rent and eat out, and that's cool because it hasn't always been that way. And so I just want to talk about the things that I do at the beginning of every year to help me slay the year or have a great one. So we're going to get into how I like to prepare myself for the new year. And I want you to try it. Try it and tell me what you think. Tell me if you love it. If you hate it, keep it to yourself. What is your hashtag winning 2017 list look like? Now, I do not have a memory. It is non-existent. You tell me to make a list, I'm gonna say, how, Sway? How? Okay? So I go on social media. I go on Instagram and Facebook because those are my social medias of choice. Follow me. And I make a list of all of the amazing things that I did that year. And I try to write down everything that I see, even if it's small, because it meant something to me in that moment. And then you have this amazing, beautiful list. I'm a visual person, so I like to hang up everything in my room, on my walls, even on my windows. Nothing is safe. Take a second and focus in on how you want to feel this new year. I am not big on making goals for the year. I think it's outrageous. It makes my head hurt to think that far in advance. 3 months goals is where I live. However, I think you can focus in on a feeling that you want to maintain for the entire year. I think that's doable. For me, this year is all about being excited about everything that I'm doing. I think the last year was so hard for me because I was just going through the motions of everything. I was going to these auditions. I was doing these shoots. I was doing this and doing that. And I wasn't inspired by anything. And honestly, it's really hard as an artist to stay inspired when your art is what pays your bills, because you're like, I need to churn it out. I need to make it happen, which you do. But you're supposed to enjoy it. And so I want to make sure that this year, for me, I maintain the feeling of excitement. That's what I'm doing. How do you want to feel? Okay. Now we're going to get a little bit honest with ourselves, okay? Make a list of all of the bad habits that you have that you want to break this year. What are the things that you need to stop doing? Like stopping on social media all the time. That's for me. I'm talking to myself. What are the things that you need to cut out doing? You're doing too much of it. This is a bad habit. Oh, I need to make sure I start putting my clothes away when I come home. Or, oh, I need to make sure that I am setting up my week before the week starts. I keep forgetting to do my Sunday night ritual, which is me sitting down and making sure that I have planned out the entire next week. And when I do, it's fire. And when I don't, it's a train wreck, right? So I need to make sure that happens. Which brings me to the next thing. You want to make a list of all the good habits that you want to bring into the new year. That Sunday night ritual is definitely a good habit that I want to bring into the new year. Actually, I started trying something a little bit different where I did my Sunday ritual as a Sunday bath, which was glorious and luxurious. But whatever good habits you want to create, you want to write it down, right? Those are things that we kind of forget about. So bad habits, breaking them; good habits, creating them. Then I want you to make a list of all of the small ways that you can upgrade your life. What are some small things that you can do to make life easier, to make your time more efficient? One thing that I love doing, and I think everyone should be doing, is using your travel time as some sort of learning time, listening to audiobooks, listening to podcasts. I mean, every once in a while, we need to listen to some music because it's been an emotional day and we need to hear some Beyonce. I understand. But not all the time. There are tons of amazing books right now that are just coming out by amazing women and other people too. So put one of those down. Like I said, I do not really love the idea of year-long goals, but I think it's very important to set short goals and figure out how you're going to space out your goals. So if you are a 1-year goal person, make your 1-year goal. Figure out what it is. If you're like me, maybe you'll make a 3-month goal. Figure out what you are going to do in these next 3 months and write down in your calendar when you're supposed to check in. Put it in your phone. Make a reminder. Check in on A, B, and C goal. And put that in your calendar for the rest of the year. Okay? Even if you miss a 3-month period and life happens and you have to focus on life, your phone, your reminders will be there to remind you that you need to get back on track. We have all of this technology to our advantage. We got to use it. Now, once you make your goals, I hear a lot of people saying, oh, share your goal with everyone. Say it to everybody that you can. The reason why I think you shouldn't do that is because when you share your goals with people, your brain gets a little reward. It feels as though you've already accomplished those things. So you're kind of getting the excitement out of telling people what you're going to do, as though you've already done it. Our brain really can't tell the difference. You're gonna pick a few people that you can share your goal with so that they can hold you accountable. And that's it. But don't go around sharing it with everybody. And people don't need to know your business. They can know when you do it. Okay? That's when they can see. Okay. Yeah, ain't gonna like me for this next one. But you need to check in with your finances. This, I do believe in making a year goal. Figure out how much money you want to have saved by the end of this year. And if you are an artist, by any means, you have to have savings because we don't know when our next checks are coming. We don't have a regular paycheck and pay cycle that we're living off of. So you really need to make sure you know how much you want to save. And you know what you're doing with that money. And if you do have a regular check, you still should have savings because you still want to be able to exist if anything bad happens. Also, you have to save to do amazing stuff in the world, like travel. Everybody should be traveling. Get a passport. Get your life together. Go see the world. It's coming from the person who's only left the country once, and I went to Jamaica. So I'm trying to do better. Don't be like me. Be better than me. Okay? We got to do better. Pick a way to invest in yourself. Spend some money on you. And I mean, yes, you can spend money on getting a new laptop or getting a new phone. I am obsessed with courses, especially online courses. Sometimes I take them and they're horrible, but most of the time they're great. You just have to vet them. You gotta know what you're looking at. I'm actually probably gonna do one of those master courses that you see online. I think that's gonna happen this year. And the last thing that I love to do before the new year is moving my space around. Move some furniture around, change up some of the stuff in your room, because we need to see change to make change happen. And sometimes it's hard to remember it's a new year when all the energy around you is stagnant and the same. So spend some time moving some furniture, cleansing your space. I love using sage or Palo Santo to clean my space and clean the energy of my room, to make room for all of the amazingness that's going to come into the new year. It'll make you feel good. Okay? I hope these things are helpful. I hope they make you think. Yeah. And tell me if you like this, if you like more videos like this, if you want to see more. I'm excited to share with you how I spend my new year.